Okay, we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff here, and then I want to kind of tie it back into kind of the Classic Plus and the. Okay. Conspiracies. They mentioned a couple things and they alluded a couple things.
Did they say anything really? They kind of just showed a time map of TBC and that's it, right?
For like us, it's good. I think for everybody,
it's just nice to know like
it's
dates,
just,
I guess, of things.
But yeah, I'm looking at the Burning Crusade roadmap. There's Arena Season 2 gonna be in the spring sometime, so we're probably looking at like April for Season 2. Summer Phase 3 Black Temple Season 3, that's probably gonna be like July. BlizzCon is gonna be in September, and then probably in like October or November, we'll get ZA patch, and then we'll get Season 4 in like December or January. So I look in everything in terms of like GTA. So we're gonna get like
GTA.
We're gonna get the end of Season 3 and Season 4 around GTA 6 time, if it doesn't get delayed again.
If it doesn't get delayed.
Do you think this is fast?
Like how fast TBC is going?
Yeah.
When would the Season 4 be?
Season 4 is probably gonna be December, because they say winter phase 1 launch, that's February. And they just put autumn. So like the end of autumn could be what? Like when is it officially winter? Isn't it like
I don't know. When is the official winter date?
Google is doing some crazy stuff, because I just said when is it officially winter out loud, and then I typed when is it, and it said officially winter was recommended. Did you hear about the freaking lawsuit?
That's kind of scary, bro.
Yeah.
What, the lawsuit that they're listening to you?
Yeah, they ended up settling for like $68 million.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
$68 million settle is insane.
Yeah,
what?
but also that's like nothing.
Yeah, I know, but it's just actually crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. But like it's for them, it's like nothing. But like it just sounds like an insane number.
I mean, realistically, with just like mics, internet, phones, I feel like there's just no true privacy anymore. No way.
Oh, they know 100%. They're all over.
Yeah,
the place.
they know everything.
They know everything. Dude, I think this is pretty. I think this is like a pretty good release schedule, but it just feels kind of fast. All of Anniversary is kind of fast because didn't
Anniversary was really fast because I mean,
last Burning Crusade was what, like
about a year.
Months?
It's about a year that I think it came out. I mean, it's kind of good to keep people like hooked and interested in stuff, and if they like give you good enough like arena points each week and everything. I think they should just sometimes like on Anniversary they should have made the bosses drop more gear. You know, bosses shouldn't drop like if you're doing an accelerated vanilla where it's 1 year long.
Yeah,
like bosses shouldn't drop 2 pieces of gear for 40 people. Like
what they need to do for this, because like you have 25-man raids, but I really feel strongly that they should do the heroic modes, heroic raids, where the heroic raids are pre-nerf and you get 1 more piece of gear, because it actually is going to be kind of bad.
I mean that'd be kind of cool if you did it on heroic, same gear, but you just actually got more gear.
Yeah, because I don't think they should do like a power increase or anything like that. Some people were saying that for Classic Plus. So I'm like, no, that's the whole problem with retail in terms of like power creep. Retail's power creep is insane, like per patch.
Yeah, just the more gear alone would make everyone want to clear it on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, and if they don't want to because they're like whatever, then that's fine, and they just get 1 less piece of gear. I think that is such a valid solution for the problem. So now you have the post-nerf people happy because they can just do the raid post-nerf, they can complete the content, they can get their gear. And then you have the pre-nerf people happy because, okay, now the raids are like, for them it's fun and they get an additional reward for it. It's not stronger, but they can gear out their raid a little bit faster, and I think that's really good.
That would be cool if the heroic dropped more gear.
How many characters do you have right now?
My geared characters, I got a warrior, paladin, and a hunter. I also boosted a mage, but I have not touched that thing at all.
Settle was talking about, because he's leveling up, he has a priest and a shaman this time. And he was thinking about maybe, have you thought about playing a shaman?
Me playing a shaman?
Yeah.
He wants to double healer, Rhett?
He's thinking, what if we went disc, enhanced shaman, Rhett?
I feel like that'd be worse than what we got.
I think it's so too, because I was like, I think there's less control, because I think the amount of control we have is so good, but we would have double magic dispel. We'd have double offensive dispel. We'd have double poison cleanse. We'd still have wind fury. We'd have insane damage.
I think it could definitely work.
I think we have power infusion. We'd have
know.
pain sup. I mean, I think it could be really good, but it would be very much like a just put your head down and go.
The thing is though, like we don't have MS. Like 50% MS is a big deal.
Troll priest, we get 20% MS.
Yeah, troll is pretty sick.
Yeah, troll priest, we get 20% MS and berserking with the bloodlust.
I mean, I'm down to play it all, try it all, but
I mean, if you want to level enhanced
shaman,
shaman,
boost the shaman, but maybe.
Yeah, if you want to level enhanced shaman,
see.
or I could level an enhanced shaman.
Yo, you actually
Dude,
could play enhance. I feel like you would like enhance shaman, no joke.
Dude, I don't know. I feel like my brain, I'm like, my sponge is too full. Like I've absorbed too much water.
I
at
mean,
this point.
realistically, like you would have to play like a lot of WoW, probably
Yeah.
to have 2 characters.
Because that's part of my problem is like I will play as much as I can, but I don't know if I can play enough to like learn another character like gladiator level. You know what I mean?
That would definitely require like a lot of commitment for sure.
I think the amount they talked about Midnight made sense. I think they just should have talked a little bit more about Classic, just a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely expected them to mainly talk about retail, I'd say.
But the things they said about housing were pretty good. It's just that there's like a little bit of fatigue because it's like that's so much of what's happened for so long. But I still think it's good. Like, dude, have you even done the housing stuff in retail?
No, I have not. I've not logged on that at all.
It's amazing. Like
McConnell always wants me to do that though. He's always gassing it up.
It's unironically, like I'm a very like gameplay, you know me, I'm a gameplay guy, right? Like that's what I like to do. Even for me, I think housing is unreal. Like the way they set it up and the way that it works, it's super, super impressive. I would have liked to see them talk just a little bit more about Burning Crusade, given that it's coming out next week. There was a post a few weeks back talking about all the stuff with Burning Crusade Classic, and sometimes whenever any company rehashes some information that they've already given out, people get upset because like, we already know this, we've already heard this. But as a streamer, I used to be one of those people. But as a streamer, I've learned that no matter how many times I will say something, people will always be like, wait, I didn't know this. Constantly are bringing it up. Like how many times have I brought up what server, like how many times do you see a streamer say what server they're playing on? It's in their title. People still ask, is this Horde or Alliance? You're like playing like an orc. Like this is stuff that just constantly is happening, and it's just the attention span of the average person is pretty low, and they just don't notice things, right? Or sometimes news just goes under the radar. It would have been nice to at least like touch on a couple things with Burning Crusade and let people know, hey, Burning Crusade's coming out. This is what the plan is. And I really wish they would have said something about the raids and the raid difficulty. I'm gonna show this real quick. You can see this is the entire roadmap for 2026 for Midnight, for Burning Crusade, and for Mist of Pandaria. They're not doing anything with Season of Discovery, which has some implications, and I'll talk about that. I did not think we would get Classic Plus news, but I think we're getting some breadcrumbs, and again, I'll talk about that in a second. This is pretty fast, but all of Anniversary is kind of fast. There's a couple of things with it being kind of fast. For me, Burning Crusade is my favorite version of WoW. I love Burning Crusade from a gameplay perspective. They're doing everything post-nerf. I'm not a big fan of that. I've talked about it quite a bit. In Burning Crusade 2021, like the original classic timeline, which is now in Mist of Pandaria, people might not remember this, but we did like Karazhan and Gruul's, and we were doing the tier 4 content. And when the tier 4 content came out, a lot of people were like, wait a second, is this nerfed? Why is this so easy? This is so much easier than we thought it was gonna be. And Blizzard came out and confirmed, and they were like, no, it's not post-nerf. This is all launch Karazhan, launch Gruul's, launch Magtheridon. Now, Magtheridon was pretty tough, but it's a big coordination fight. Gruul's, on the other hand, was okay. I think Gruul's was like the perfect difficulty, and then Karazhan was a complete cakewalk. That's why it's so surprising that this many years later in Anniversary, they want to release the tier 4 raids post-nerf, because it was so easy back then. And actually, we sat in phase 1 for a long time. There was a little bit of fall off because people got bored, in addition to a few other problems. Now, I can't say enough, I can't stress this enough. I think Burning Crusade in 2021, the team working on Burning Crusade then was so good about being quick to fix things and being like, hey, enough of this no changes bullshit. If something's a problem, we're gonna fix it. They added the same faction competing battleground so that Horde didn't have like ridiculous queue times. They added different ways for you to get PvP gear. They added the honor like rep vendor stuff earlier. They added, hey, you can take old tokens. So like I could take like the tier 5 tokens that drop in Serpent Shrine and Tempest Keep, and I can turn them in and get last season's arena gear. So that way it was like funneling more people into arenas and getting more people to play the entirety of the game, making people feel like, hey, there's no way I could try this new thing because I have no chance of getting other gear. They did some really, really, really smart stuff with that. The seal twisting, seal of blood stuff, I was very vocal about that. I had the opportunity to talk to them about that. I'm still super grateful that they did that because it's unbelievably fun. Seal of Blood and Seal of Vengeance, right? Having both factions have the same seals and all that stuff. So that stuff's all coming back, but they're also doing more in Burning Crusade. They're making arenas more accessible by reducing rating requirement for a weapon, which I think is fine. I think it's 1850 normally, and then they're changing it to 1700. They're making it to where you can get the blue PvP set through rep while you're leveling. So like you're leveling up and you're getting reputation from like Honor Hold or Thrallmar or whatever, and you can get some PvP pieces, so that way it's a little bit more accessible to people if they want to try to do arenas. And I think that's a super, super smart change. I think a lot of the PvP changes was great. They got rid of the team charters, exactly, Rockman. They got rid of the team charters, which teams were cool. I like the idea of teams, but the execution of teams really limits the amount of people that can play because you can't play with people, and it's just weird stuff. So they did a lot of really good stuff on the PvP front for Burning Crusade, but they didn't talk about all this stuff. I really wish they would have touched on this stuff. Now, here's the juice. Let's talk about the juice. Let's talk a little bit about Classic Plus stuff. I said I didn't think they would talk about Classic Plus. I think that they will allude to certain things. And one of them was like, Holly made a joke, I'm so glad to announce. And then she had somebody interrupt her or whatever. So it's like something is coming at BlizzCon, we don't know what. Something related to Classic is coming at BlizzCon, we don't know what. It could just be Wrath, but I don't think so. I really do think that they're trying to take the stuff that they learned from Season of Discovery, the stuff they've learned from Classic, and everything that's happened in the last 7 years. Think about how insane that is. 7 years ago, Classic came out. I feel like they're saving everything for BlizzCon. Like I said before, I'm actually planning on hosting like a big thing at BlizzCon. Like I'm working on an event adjacent to BlizzCon that I think will be really cool. I've been working on it for a few months. I'm super excited. I haven't announced it yet officially because I'm still working on it, but it's been 7 years, man. And there's a lot of different people playing Classic WoW today than the people that were playing 8 years ago, 9 years ago, 10 years ago with the Nostalrius crew. The people like, for us, like the people fighting for frickin' on the front lines, dude, frickin' waving the flag, waving the banner for Classic WoW, for legacy servers. It's a lot of different people now, and because of that time, like you kind of have started to rehash and see different things, and people have different opinions for two reasons. One, because they don't know any better. The other reason is because things change, right? My opinions have changed about certain things, and I'm very vocal about when I'm like, oh, I used to think this and I was wrong. From the Agron tweet from a few years ago, saying that his role has changed on the WoW team to be more about the greater vision of Classic over time, the way that everything has been handled as far as like the patch schedule, the release cycle, everything that you know about Season of Discovery. There's a lot of little breadcrumbs, the announcement, them saying they made an announcement for an announcement at BlizzCon. I think all these little breadcrumbs and all these little things they've done over the years, even like Titan Forge servers. Now, I don't know who's there freaking working on Titanforge. Again, I'm not a Wrath of the Lich King guy, but I understand why Wrath of the Lich King is so good, or why so many people like a lot of Wrath of the Lich King. For me, I don't like Wrath that much because of like my class changes a lot and I don't really like Wrath Ret. Aside, I think Protection and Holy in Wrath of the Lich King is amazing for Paladins, but anyway. Regardless, whoever is working on the Titanforge servers, I don't know if it's Blizzard or NetEase or what, they're doing a really good job with being quick to do things. I've been paying attention to the Titanforge servers, and they're constantly boom, 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 boom. They are constantly putting stuff out, trying something new, and that's what you need. And I've said this time and time again. I really wish with Classic, they would just do things. And if something is broken, if something doesn't work, just fix it. And if your fix is bad, change it back. And I know that's like, that kind of goes against how Blizzard operates, because anytime you have a big company, you have a whole chain of command, it's got to go up the chain, gets approved, and then down, 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 down. Okay, now do this thing. And it's ridiculous. It's just how big companies work. It's a ridiculous thing that happens. In some ways it makes sense, but it's like a whole ridiculous process that leads to things moving very slowly. And Titanforge servers are not operating in that way. I don't know if it's a China thing or what, but they're doing a really, really good job with that. Here's my question to you guys. Like, how did you guys feel about the roadmap overall? I think that I really feel strongly that we are going to get something about a Classic Plus. I just hope Blizzard does it right. I'm really, really excited about Burning Crusade Classic and everything that's gonna happen this year. I just hope, I hope Blizzard sincerely considers this. Give us post-nerf raids, that's fine. If you will, especially because of the shortened timeline of Burning Crusade Anniversary, if you could give us a heroic mode that had pre-nerf raids that gave us one more piece of loot to help offset the fact that it's a faster timeline and you can reward the people that wanna play the game in the original way, I think would be unbelievably cool. That kind of makes everybody happy. You can have the people that want post-nerf, you get to do your raids and you get to do everything. You still get all the same gear, the same power level, you just get one less piece of it. That is a really, really good compromise that makes everybody happy. It's not too late. The raids are coming out on, I think February 19th, the raids are coming out. The arena season starts February 17th. It's not too late. Flip the switch. 2 runs per week. They should be tied to the same lockout. Please, I really, really hope, if anybody from Blizzard watches this, please consider that, because I think I know a lot of my original guildies didn't come back to Burning Crusade because of the post-nerf raids. Some of them were just waiting for Classic Plus. Some of them are still back, but there's a lot of people that are like, this just doesn't sound very fun to me. And I'm like, I think it's still gonna be fun because it's still like the crew, but I do agree the actual raid content is going to feel a little bit lackluster for people like that. But now you can address this other audience of people, and hey, money man at Blizzard, okay, look, listen, you got an old $60 boost. You think these fellas aren't gonna come back? You announce that thing now, they're gonna start writing the checks, okay? They're gonna start writing the checks, money man at Blizzard. I know the bottom line, okay? Here you go, here's $60, there's one boost. Here's another boost, okay? Here, I know what it's about. By the way, you know, okay, it's probably not gonna be with a checkbook or note cards like this, but I know what it's all about. I know you guys are trying to make the cash, all right? Announce it. It's a little late, it's okay, okay? You can just make $60 a boost. They're all coming, okay? They're all coming back. You're gonna do, hey, it's gonna be great, okay? You get all that money, ooh, that's good stuff. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think about the roadmap. I do think we're gonna get a Classic Plus eventually. I did not think we'd get a Classic Plus news today, but there's some breadcrumbs. I'm almost 100% certain at this. Actually, you know what? F it. I'm 100% certain that at this point, we're gonna get Classic Plus news, either a yes or a no at BlizzCon, September 12th. It's gonna happen. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow my Twitch. I multi-stream everywhere. I stream on YouTube, Twitch, Kick. Follow my Twitter, come join the Twitter community, ESF. Esfand, you couldn't find a single person that knows how to use an iron. I just opened this now for the meme. Unbelievable. Thank you guys for watching YouTube. We'll see you guys later.